eat this as breakfast, but over the last year I kind of figured out food doesn't have a time. You can eat whatever you want, whenever you want, and this is gluten-free potato omelette. So hello besties, it is I again. In this week's video I will be trying the Mayr diet. I may be mispronouncing it, but I will continue to mispronounce it for the entire length of this video. So what is the Mayr diet? Apparently Mayr diet is a diet that's been around for like a century, but it rose back to fame when Rebel Wilson dropped 60 pounds doing this diet. Clearly it works, right? Here are the basic major rules. There are other rules that come up when you thoroughly research the diet, but those are the major ones, and if anything else comes up, it comes up. So the deal is that you're supposed to be doing this for 2 weeks and then you're done. It is supposed to be like a short detox type thing, but Rebel Wilson included, people do it for much longer and adapt it as a lifestyle. I hate diets that are like 2-week cure-alls because nothing substantial is gonna change in 2 weeks, but they're selling it as a miracle cure to all your problems. What usually happens is that after the diet is up, the food that you've been restricting calls out to you and you binge. But I'm going into this with an open heart. I do have some preconceived notions, but I am gonna do it for an entire week and let you guys know what the pros and cons are. And we're going to see if I lose weight on this program. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so right off the bat, my biggest problem with this diet is that it's gluten-free. Too much of sugar is objectively bad, so, you know, I get it. I can understand dairy a little bit because a lot more people are lactose intolerant than they realize, and there is animal fat in dairy, so cutting that out could be good for you, maybe. But gluten is not bad for you unless you are allergic to it, unless you have celiac disease. A lot of these celebrity diets restrict gluten because that's just a cool thing to do, but there's no actual reason to do so, and it's ruining my life. So what's gonna happen is that I will be having oats for 3 meals every day for a week. I love oats, but why? Two observations. One, I was bored out of my mind, so much so that I ate faster than I normally would have. Two, it is hella hard to put down your spoon or fork or whatever while you're eating, while you're in between bites. I understand the point of mindful eating is to slow down and enjoy your food and listen to your hunger cues, which are all important and stuff to defend. This is what is good about this diet, actually. But for me personally, scraping time out to just eat makes it feel like a chore that I don't want to do. And food shouldn't feel that way. I'm on a walk because I found it really difficult to do any other kind of exercise with the amount of food I ate. Wow, sun is really doing me dirty. There isn't a set number of calories you're supposed to eat on this diet, but because a lot of the food groups are restricted, I'm finding it really difficult to get adequate calories. I'm going to try to up them tomorrow, but for now, I just couldn't do. I couldn't work out vigorously enough, and that is a problem. We are in my bed. I'm about to tuck myself in and spend 4 hours watching random TV shows, but I do have to say, the whole entire point of this diet is to improve gut health, and I can tell you, my gut health has not been improved. I feel more bloated than I have in forever, and I'm gonna assume that's because my body's trying to adjust to these new rules, a new way of eating. But if it doesn't go away in 3 days, my verdict is going to be that this is complete and utter BS. But even other than that, I spent the whole day feeling hungry and not energetic and just overall bad. Let's just keep at it and hope things look up around day 3. I went out of my way to actually buy sugar-free chocolate because I can live without a lot of things, but not without chocolate. Day 2, and restrictions are kind of getting to me. After some digging, I found out that lactose-free dairy is kind of like okay in moderation, so I will be using my protein lactose-free milk for my oats. I just finished a 30-minute Caroline Gervin leg session on top of my walk. Kids, do your weightlifting first. I died. I'm dead. But I'm happy to report the Mayr method did not take away from my training, which is the most important thing I look in a diet. So the week's up, and it's safe to say I did not enjoy it one bit. I love gluten, I love dairy, and I love sugar, so cutting them out was no fun for me. The Mayr method is supposed to heal your gut health, but it did the exact opposite. I felt awful for the whole week, I felt bloated, and I didn't even lose any weight, so it's a fail on all fronts for me. You need to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight, but because there weren't snacks, I was eating larger meals and I wasn't in a deficit apparently, so I just maintained. You're also not supposed to be drinking water before and after the meals, and let's be fair, it makes sense. Scientifically, you want to not dilute your stomach acid, so yeah, that's a good rule, but I hate it because I prefer to chug down water with my meals, so no go for me. Another rule that I stand by is chewing 40 to 60 times. You don't have to count every time you eat food, that's sort of ridiculous, but slowing down when you eat can let you know when you're full, and it's important to stop eating when you're full, so it helps you be mindful. Turns out I already chew a lot, so wasn't a problem to do that. I think what the Mayr method stands for isn't actually bad, improved gut health, good digestion, mindful eating. These are things that one should strive for. I think it's actually okay and maybe even smart to cut out these certain food groups for 2 weeks to see how your body reacts to them once you re-enter them into your diet, so you can see if you are actually allergic to gluten or if you're lactose intolerant and you haven't known your whole entire life. Could happen, but if you're not allergic to it, if your digestion goes smoothly even with them in your diet, there's no point in cutting them out. So following the Mayr method for the duration that it's intended, the 2-week run, I'm all for it. Do it. Try it. It's a different experience. But using it as a more long-term weight loss device, no. You don't need to cut anything out completely to lose weight, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. You need to be in a caloric deficit. You can achieve it by cutting out food, but for me, I prefer to eat everything that I enjoy eating in moderation without eating so much of it that I get a tummy ache. Just remember, these fad diets are almost always nonsense. There is no best way or easiest way to lose weight. You don't need a long list of rules to lose weight. It comes down to your caloric deficit. And what yields prolonged results is adherence. So unless you can adhere to this long list of rules long term, it doesn't matter. If you don't see yourself adhering to these rules for the rest of your lives, find something that is sustainable, that is something that you can do for the rest of your life, and follow that route, because if you follow these rules for a certain amount of times and then you just give up, you're probably going to find yourself where you started or even worse off than when you started. I will soon upload a video about what works for me when I'm trying to lose weight, and I'll link it when it's up, but Mayr method isn't it for me. Restriction in general isn't it for me. However, if the Mayr method works for you, good for you. Stay healthy, don't starve yourself, but as long as you're eating enough food and enjoying your life, you do you. But do let me know how it's going, and do let me know if you try this after seeing this video. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? In the comments below. Also, let me know what you'd like to see next, what diet, what workout program, whatever you want me to try, go for it. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more fitness funsies. I love y'all so, so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye! It should be illegal to be this pretty all the time. But it's not.